So basically how we do this, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Can you hear when I take it through the audio?
Excuse me.
Is that audible to everyone? I don't know how. I'm using TikTok Studio for the first time. So sweet. Is it too loud? Should I turn it down? I don't know if that'll do anything, but so basically we're going to go through. This is kind of an awkward setup as it stands right now. I'm going to maybe use this mouse. That's how I normally do it, but because I've got the camera positioned weird, I can't yet share my screen on TikTok Studio until I go live on TikTok Studio several times. But the only reason I would use TikTok Studio instead of just going live on my camera would be to share my screen. So it's a catch-22, but here we go. So basically, I'm going to be going through frame by frame, and I've got Higgins' mustache mouth triggered on this lever here. So basically, when he makes A-E-I sounds, like A-E-E, it goes here, and the oo or wa sounds are there, E's are here, MBPs are here, and like that kind of stuff is up here. So that's how Higgins works. I'm just going to go right through it. Welcome, everybody. Also, if you want to give me a gift, I will do the Higgins voice and give you a greeting as Higgins. I could even do this, so it looks like he's talking to you. But there you go. So anyone who wants to give me a gift, that's my idea for incentivization. Whether anyone actually wants that is another question. But here we go. Actually, and also, I'm going to start this one. I'll start this one right from the beginning. I'm going to do one. The two that like really popped off for Higgins had a very specific camera angle, and I'm going to try and recreate that in a later one, but this one's going to work better if I start it right here. And then I do this for C's as well. I don't know why. So that goes back up, and then it's an M, and then an E. So you just kind of have to remember where his mouth is supposed to be. But that's kind of how Moho works in general. So, hey, Baby Mario. Hey, Jdex. I don't know how to say that. Welcome, Eric Charles. So we're just animating Higgins right now. So we're going through frame by frame and getting his mouth movements first, or mustache movements, because you can't see his mouth. So that's going to go back to the neutral position here. Oh yeah, and that's a B, so that can stay there. But ooh, it goes back up to the T. And L is going to be right there. TH is right there. Oh no, the A is there. Welcome, everybody. We're animating Higgins. If you want to drop a gift, Higgins will greet you, because I am also the voice of Higgins. So if you drop a gift, Higgins will say hello. Give you personalized greeting. But yeah, we're animating Higgins, just going frame by frame, getting the mouth movements right now. I use this smart bone lever to work his mouth. Hey, welcome, everybody. It's telling me to encourage my viewers to share my live and invite more friends. So if you have friends who are into animation and want to check this out, by all means, share the live. We're animating Higgins right now. We're just going through getting his mouth movements, or mustache movements, as it were. Thank you, Girly Pop. That's awesome. Here, that'll get a greeting from Higgins. Thank you, Girly Pop, for allowing others to see my live. Spreading positivity aggressively. There we go. So that's going to go back up to the T. Two. That's an M, so it's right in the middle. It's neutral. back down here, and then I like to go back around and just make sure everything looks good as I go.
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were wrong.
Okay. Good, so that's going to be a TH, and so we're going to hit the neutral. Actually, it'll be right. For some reason, I like to do G's as E's as well, like EE. So that's going to be there. And that's a B. Oh, it's A. It used to be boring, and then I changed it to basic at the last minute, so I still have the original script in my head. Actually, so we're gonna go back to neutral here, and then because that's U. Okay, let's do R. R's often I will do is use because your mouth kind of goes so that works out. Oh no, TH is there. When you get this like down, it can go pretty quickly. So that's how we're gonna do it. But welcome to anyone just joining us. Hey, welcome. We're animating Higgins today. Welcome, MLM Kitty Uwu. Let's take this one over one, actually. Okay, let's take a look at how that looks so far.
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch. Be loud.
Okay. So we're going to, where's my mouse? Here it is. B. L is right there. Switch that one over one. Bring it back down to neutral. Welcome, everybody. We're animating Higgins. I'm just going through the mouth movements frame by frame to capture it. I have his mustache trained on this smart bone lever here in Moho Pro. So I just go frame by frame and listen for the phoneme sounds and then adjust it accordingly. So I've got the all the T, D, Z, C, H, N, S kind of sounds up here. Then E, like long E sounds are here. TH sounds are here. MBP neutral is right here. FV is right here. A, E, I is right here. L is right here, and then U, W, and R or QU is right there. So right now it's up here. So we're going back to neutral. So that's an S. So whenever I'm going from neutral to a new sound, I start like 2 frames before. Okay, and the audio ends at 174, so we're just going to put it at 174. Actually, 172 is where it ends. So that's where that will. And so I'm just going to look at how the mouth is going now to see where we're at and if anything needs adjusting, but it should be...
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch. Be loud, be weird. Slay.
Okay, and I think there was something weird here.
They were wrong and basic. You are
Okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on there. What is going on here? Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm going to delete this. See how that looks.
much. They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch. Be loud, be weird. Slay.
Welcome to anyone just joining us. We're animating Higgins today. I just finished doing the mouth movements. So now we are going to go into how his sort of body reacts to things. So he's going to be, he has a squash and stretch lever here that I like to label squanch. Even though there's no N in squash or stretch, but that's just how it goes. And so when he gets to excuse me, right there, it's going to be the top of the squash and stretch. So then we'll go 2 past that. We'll hit the neutral there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 down, and 1, 2 back to the neutral. So okay, so we've got the squash and stretch movement is going to take this many frames. And so to go down is going to take 2 because I operate at 12 frames per second, and then to go all the way up is going to be 3, and then back down is 2. So that's the.
Excuse me.
And I'm also going to take the opportunity to do a head movement and also make his like blink go weird. Not blink. He's going to squint is what's going to happen because he's pissed off. So we're going to have reactive. He's going to go back a second. And then go forward. And I'll adjust the drink after so that it doesn't look like he's about to take a sip because that's not what I want. And I want his eyes, so he's going to go... Okay, let's see how that looks.
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much?
That's actually friggin' perfect. I love it. Welcome, everyone. If anyone's just joining us, feel free to share my live so that other people can see. If you know people who are in animation, or if your followers might be in animation, share the live. Anyone who wants to give me a little gift, Higgins will give them a personal little greeting. Hello, I'm the voice of Higgins as well as the animator. So if you want Higgins to say something to you, he's accepting bribes is what's happening. No, I'm trying to figure out ways to monetize this. It's like that that I think you should leave skits. Like, I gotta figure out how to make money off this. I really want to. That's where I'm at in my life. I tore my patellar tendon and dislocated my knee, so I cannot work because my job is physical. So this is what I'm doing now. Begging people for money on the internet. Just kidding. I'm not begging, but if you want to, if you enjoy my content and you want Higgins to say hello, that is something you can do. So anyway, so where we're at, he goes,
excuse me.
But I think I want him to straighten back up again. So that's where I want it to end. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Because in animation, you want there's like some like reactions and stuff like this. I'm using Moho Pro, Curtis. Yeah, so it's a fantastic animation software. It's not quite as advanced as like Toon Boom Harmony, but it is still used in many professional productions. Like Puffin Rock uses Moho Pro, and you can do a hell of a lot with it. It's super powerful for the price point, and you only have to pay once. Most things are software or subscription-based software, and I hate that because there's sometimes I'll go like months without using a software. I'm like, why am I paying Adobe this much money when I use like Illustrator once every, like twice a year or something like that. So really great software if you've got a little bit of budget. Usually you can get it super cheap on like a Black Friday sale as well, if you can wait until Black Friday. But yeah, so in animation, you want to give like a little, and there's like anticipation and reactions. So like you want the movement to be anticipated a little bit before he actually does the motion, and then sometimes you want there to be like follow through or reaction at the end of it. In this case, we don't want the follow through necessarily, but I am going to make him react a bit. So I went back. I want the action to take 5 frames total from start to finish. So I went back 4 frames from where I want it to end, and then an extra 2 frames to give a little bit of the anticipation. So he's going to go forward here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. He's indignant, so I'm going to have his head be up like that.
Told you that you were too much.
And then this part I'm going to like zoom, like go super close up, but I'm going to do the camera angles at the end.
They were wrong and basic. You are exact.
I'm going to have him squash and stretch again at exactly. There we go. So that's where I want it to end. So I'm going to have my squash and stretch lever here. It's not a pure squash and stretch. It just kind of shrinks and stretches the bone. If I wanted it to squash more, I'd like bring the things out, but it works in a pinch and when you want to work quickly. So so that's where I want it to end. So he's going to go up 2, down 3, up 2, just working backwards again. So this is the length of the squash and stretch.
Exactly.
Right there. So from my starting frame, I'm going to bring him down 2, up 3, and then back down 2. Oh, that took too long. Okay, well, how's that look?
You are exactly the right amount.
And what if I bring everything over 1?
Exactly the right.
No, I liked it better the first time.
You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch.
I'm going to have him straighten back up on bitch. So we're going to, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, as I want it to take 5 frames total. Here's my cheat. If you want to get into animation and you don't know how to do timing, any action basically takes half a second to do, right? So like, that's like half a second. 6 frames. It's a little quicker than that, so I do 5 frames, because 5 frames actually gives you, like, if you want to do slow in, slow out, it gives you a perfect amount of frames to do a quick action with a slow in, slow out. So like it's a little hack, especially for keyframe animations. It's perfect. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I'll show you what I mean. So, okay, so we're going to have the anticipation again. We're going to bring him back here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 is him straightening back up. Now, if you want to do slow in, slow out, so you have 1, 2, 1, 2. So that third, like from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that middle frame exactly here is the halfway mark. So you could keyframe that. And then here, you want to slow in, slow out. So you want to just take it back a little bit. And then there. So that's what slow in, slow out means. It takes him longer to get to the middle and longer to get to the end. And then from the second to the 4th frame is a lot faster. And it's just how things work more naturally. I don't always do it, especially for like subtler motions like that.
Bitch, be loud.
We'll have to do
Be loud.
another squash and stretch here.
Be loud.
Why does it keep going an extra 3? Okay.
Be loud. Be weird. Be loud. Be weird.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna have him look forward again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Weird. Slay.
I'm gonna have him do another squash and stretch here. Okay. And I gotta figure out what he's gonna do with his eyes for the rest of it, because I don't want him squinting for the whole thing. So.
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were.
Okay, let's have him blink right here, because then he can get back to normal eye shape. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3. How does that look? Or should I cut it by 2?
Much. They were.
Yeah, I should cut that one down because it's already almost blinked.
They were wrong.
Perfect.
And basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch.
So I'm realizing now I want him to do something on basic.
They were wrong and basic.
Which means I'm probably going to have to change which way his head moves. But that's all right. That's what animation is. It's a bunch of making a bunch of mistakes and then hoping desperately that nobody notices. So
you are exactly. Told you that you were too much. They were wrong and basic.
Okay, so I want him to look forward again. But
you are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch.
Okay. So what we'll do instead.
Wrong and basic.
So we're gonna have. Yeah, so we'll do him looking forward here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we'll have him anticipate. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch.
And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take those out. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Control C, Control V. Why isn't that working? Come on. Come on, little keyframe. There you go. And then have him look forward. There we go. So now he's up to normal. Okay, so let's take a look from the beginning, see how that's looking.
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were wrong and basic.
Let's have his eyes go big on wrong.
You were too much. They were wrong.
Welcome, people who are just joining us. We're animating Higgins today. It's going to be great. I keep forgetting that I am on camera on my webcam as well as broadcasting what's on my phone, so I hope I have not picked my nose at all. We'll see how it goes. I'll watch it back later and be mortified. Hey, T-Weasel. Good to see you. Ah, welcome. It's good to see friends. Parasocial friends. So, yeah. So I'm going to have his eyes go big here.
And basic.
Okay, so yeah. So he moves forward. So I'm going to have his eyes go big on wrong. Okay, so we will trigger the keyframe at the end of the segment. Maybe 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. Let's see how that looks.
That you were too much. They were wrong and basic. You are.
I think that looks pretty good. What is up? We are animating Higgins. That's what's up. And having a good time doing it. I've already had to cover multiple mistakes, which no one normally sees because I do this normally huddled in the dark. But you know, it is what it is. Trying to unlock those live benefits by going live 3 times this month. So here we go. Let's see how we're doing, Higgy.
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch. Be loud, be weird. Slay.
Okay, so I want him to squint down, slay.
Slay.
Okay, let's start there. How's it gonna look if he just goes?
Slay. Slay.
I think I want him to look up again. So let's go. Trigger that. Anticipate.
Slay.
Okay. And then after I get all this done, I'm gonna have to put in his blinks because he doesn't.
Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch. Be loud, be weird. Slay.
That's real good. Okay, so we have him blinking right.
They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right.
Let's have him blink again on 8. Whoops, that's squanch. I don't want squanch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3.
Amount of bomb-ass bitch. Be loud.
Let's have him blink again on 12.
Be
3, 4, 5, 6.
Weird. Slay. Excuse me, but who told you that you were too much? They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb-ass bitch. Be loud, be weird. Slay.
Alrighty.
Much. They were wrong and basic. You are exactly the right amount of bomb.
I kind of want to get like.
Bomb.
Okay, let's try this. Let's go.
Bomb.
And then bring it back down here. What? That's not what I wanted. What happened there? Oh. I pressed Control Z instead of Control C. That's what happened. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2. We're gonna just copy and paste this keyframe. Control C, Control V. Here we go. Let's see how that looks.
Amount of bomb-ass bitch.
Perfect. I've never made him do a little jump before. I friggin' love it. I don't know why I've never made him do a jump before. I like purposely gave him like these like little anchor bones so that I can move him around and his limbs stay in one place. So that's fun. You got to start a work meeting. Well, thank you for popping in. I actually also have to jump off right now because I got an appointment, but and we've officially crossed the 25-minute mark that I had to go for today to unlock more features. If I do it twice this week or something. So thank you everyone for joining me. This episode of Higgins is gonna pop on to my feed tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned for that. And if even though you've seen the whole thing, basically it'll look different because there'll be sound effects and camera changes. So when you see it, hit like and share. What makes the thing go viral on my page seems to be if people both like and share it. So if you want to support my page, hit like and share, because I'm pretty good at like getting the the watch time up. People typically watch my stuff most of the way through, so that's always good. It's just the actual like engagement with it. It doesn't engage well for some reason. So if you see my stuff and you want to help me out, hit like and share, and that'll be that. So yeah, this is gonna go up tomorrow afternoon, and I hope that you see it and enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this. I had fun. Thanks for stopping by.